start with the video, I want to say we do have some new merch on the website. It's the white and black Vtuned McLaren merch. Go ahead and check it out. It matches the car, freaking sick. The quality is awesome. Go ahead and copy some on the website. Let's get into the video.
Man, thank God you didn't blow the engine in this thing with all that oil.
That would have been crazy. $40,000.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been screwed.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be back to work on our McLaren 720S. As you guys see in the previous video, we got the smoking issue fixed. It was kind of a dumb thing that I did, but you know what? I owned up to it, and you know what? We got it fixed. There is still a lot of oil in the exhaust system, so we'll probably have to take it off, clean everything out, and that is good to go. But right now, what I want to do is start off with putting this front bumper together. As you guys seen in the previous episode, we did go ahead and paint all the trim pieces, and I pretty much want to start with the front bumper, and then we'll start moving to the back. So here's all the parts we're going to be assembling on the front bumper. We have the front headlight bezels right here. And man, do I tell you, it looks so much better in black versus the gunmetal, and then the front splitter right here. And as you guys remember, there was a little camera hole right here, and mine doesn't have that option, so we kind of have to just fill that in. But it turned out absolutely factory. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and take this front bumper off and start assembling all these parts. We got the front bumper on. We didn't fully fasten it on. This is kind of just like a test fit. We're fitting all this stuff up because everything goes together. Like these vents right here, they actually touch the cooling system, so the cooling system has to be in the perfect area. And we're doing a little bit of fine tuning on it. And we did make a little bit of a mistake when I was ordering this blinker right here. I kind of just found the cheapest one and I ordered it, and I didn't realize that it has a big old piece missing out of it. I went back and looked at the listing. I thought I broke it, but I looked at the listing, and that's why it was so cheap. But man, does this white look good, especially with the black accents everywhere. It just looks killer. And maybe later we'll even get a carbon fiber lower valance. I think they have some pretty cool ones that actually come out right here. What do you guys think? Should we do some carbon fiber parts on it later? And maybe we'll even throw on a carbon fiber hood. I think that'll complete the look of the front end. Guys, just drop some comments down below what you guys want to see. Maybe we'll leave it stock just like this or add some carbon fiber to it. And there's a couple things missing on the front bumper. Like for instance, we are missing our marker lamp right here. I thought I had it, but it turns out it was completely ripped off and I only had the passenger side. And then we are missing these little bezels right here. I thought the bumper would come with them, but I think they took them off, and I just really didn't realize what was going on here until I looked at my factory bumper. So we had to call the dealer up and actually order It's not the parking sensor, it's the parking sensor bracket. And usually nobody ever takes them off, but they were taken off over here. So we went in and ordered them up, and we'll get them sprayed in and installed as soon as they come in. What I want to go ahead and do is actually go ahead and put this rear valance on our bumper. As you guys know, we did get it painted and it turned out beautiful. We fixed all the body damage that was right there. So let's go ahead and put it on. I just want to get pretty much both rear and front bumpers together. That's going to be everything on the car. So if we need any little other smaller things, we can go ahead and point them out right now. And guys, this is a huge project. You know, we had this car in a million pieces. So I'm really just trying to work slowly, you know, get the things that I can together. Like I knew I could get most of the bumper together. So I went ahead and got all that together. And I know I have everything for the doors and pretty much the quarter panels. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and put this bumper together. And hopefully we are not missing any parts. So there it is, guys. The entire rear bumper is all back together, and man, does the black look so much better than the gunmetal, especially on the rear bumper. We went ahead and put the rear camera in. We got all the lights, and pretty much everything is good on the rear bumper. We're not missing a single piece. We got all the marker lamps, all the brackets, all the plastics. Everything looks perfect on it. So now that we have both bumpers assembled, we can't fully put them on yet because we still have to do a little bit of work on the back of the McLaren. As you can see, guys, we do have a freaking rear shock right here. Ours is freaking just snapped off, and we got this new one right here. We're waiting on eBay for one to pop up because a new one is around $2,500, and we got this one for really cheap. I won't even say how cheap because it was really cheap. So now what we need to do is go ahead and get this wheel off right here and start replacing the shock, and I'll show you guys exactly what's wrong with my shock. Here's our old shock, and as you can see, it is just completely destroyed. The entire shaft is just ripped off completely. And now we need to go ahead and start replacing it. It's pretty simple, actually. There's two 7mm bolts for the hydraulics, a couple of plugs, 13, and that's it. So let's go ahead and grab some tools and get this thing off.
Nitrogen filter.
Guys, here is our old shock, and man, just look at that thing. It just completely broke the shaft completely off right there. And then we have our new one right here, and even all the numbers match up as far as I can see. This one is kind of damaged, but they look like they match up perfectly. So let's go ahead and get this one back in the car. So check it out, we got the new shock on there. Everything went together smoothly. Man, such a freaking amazing accomplishment. We finally got pretty much everything done. on the rear. The only thing we do actually need is this tie rod. I actually forgot to pick it up at the dealership. They have them in stock. The last time we went, it was $160, so it's pretty cheap, and they have one in stock. And we kind of got overwhelmed with all the cars over there, and I completely forgot about that. So we'll go ahead and pick that up later. But pretty much everything on the rear of this car is done. So what I want to do actually off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna probably take off some of these things, go through everything, tighten everything, every bolt up. Probably go ahead and Loctite everything that needs to be Loctite and torque everything down to spec. Next morning here at the shop, and late last night I pretty much went ahead and took everything off. I took the exhaust off because, as you guys know, there was a lot of oil in the exhaust, and we cleaned everything out. And then I also did a little bit of torque specking. I torqued all the bolts on the actual frame that hold the subframe to the body. Everything is torqued up, and I also Loctited a lot of stuff just to make sure nothing unscrews. And we also were just going over everything, man, and it was just crazy. Everything is in its exact spot. I didn't find a single clip or bolt out of place. And also we did go ahead and clean out this beautiful Zenrage exhaust, man. Just look at the quality of all the titanium welds. Everything looks super beautiful. We cleaned all the oil out, and let's go ahead and start this thing up, guys. No smoke at all. There it is, guys. We kind of just pulled a little Sam crack on it, you know, put too much oil in it, but we got everything fixed. And if we did blow any oil rings, it would still be smoking exactly how bad it was, but thankfully it's not. This thing is ready to go back together. Now what I want to do is go ahead and put that beautiful Zenrage exhaust. We got to put all these heat shields back together, and this car is ready to go.
Borrow for a day. Come on now.
So there it is, guys. We got the entire exhaust back on. We put all the heat shields on, got all the matching bolts. Everything is back together over here. Now what we're actually gonna start doing is assembling this rear passenger quarter panel. As you guys remember, this quarter panel was untouched, no damage absolutely at all, and everything else over here was factory, so everything should go back together pretty good. Go ahead and start assembling. We're gonna start with the passenger side and then move on to the driver's side, and then we'll just see how sick it looks with the quarter panels on. check it out, guys. We got the entire rear end pretty much back together on the car. We went ahead and put the bumper on, the tail lights, everything is bolted down. The only thing we will have to do is take this bumper back off because of these sensors. I completely forgot to paint them, so we will have to take the bumper off later, but we just went ahead and put it on. Like the tail lights, everything is on for good, and man, everything just lined up beautifully. And the only last thing in the rear that we are currently missing, you'll see down here, is this rear diffuser. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna fix our other one because it does have a big old crack in it and it's missing a piece of it, so we'd have to somehow manufacture that. But I'm kind of thinking about getting a carbon fiber diffuser for the bottom, and it'll kind of just break up everything down there and it'll just look super sick, and it'll match the carbon fiber up here. That diffuser is pretty expensive, so make sure you guys copy some new merch. So now that we have the rear end pretty much all buttoned up and ready to go, we're gonna start working on the front end in the next episode. We did also order some more parts from the dealer, like the entire front luggage bin, these sensor holes that go here. We went ahead and ordered all that stuff, should be here pretty soon, and then we go ahead and start buttoning up all this, and then we'll move on to the doors and pretty much finish the entire car up. So guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, follow us on Instagram at Vtuned, and also if you want to cop some of the new fire Vtuned McLaren merch, head over to vtuned.com, and thanks for watching.
Crazy accomplishment. Did you at least have one doubt of not finishing it?
Nope, not one. I mean, a little bit of the beginning when I first bought it, but
Shoot.
after buying that new tub, everything just...
I mean, I was a little bit sketched out when the tub was super destroyed, and I was like taking it all apart.
It's a lot of work, but hey, we got it to this point. It looks sick.
It looks dope. Bro, literally in a month, you're about to be zooming in this thing.
Probably like two weeks. I'd say 2 weeks we'll be driving this thing on the road.
Legit. I mean, you just have to wait for those little things to come in, and that's
A
it.
couple little things, you know, this door panel, mirror, and that's pretty much it. Everything's good.
Shoot, and zoom.
We'll also have to fix the steering wheel because it is
Oh yeah, is that gonna be hard to fix?
probably, but that'll be in the next episode.
How does it look, boss man? Looks good. He's doing his daily inspection of the vehicle. What do you think?
You gotta look it over.
Pretty nice.
Good.
He said pretty nice, right?